Understanding layout managers. All the components that we have shown so far have been positioned by the default layout manager. As we mentioned at the beginning of this chapter, a layout manager automatically arranges your control within a window by using some type of algorithms. If you have programmed for other GUI environments such as Windows, then you are accustomed to laying out your controls by hand. While it is possible to lay out Java controls by hand too, you generally want to for two main reasons. First, it is very tedious to manually lay out a large number of components. Second, sometimes the width and height information is not yet available when you need to arrange some controls because the native toolkit components haven't been realized. This is chicken and egg situation. It is pretty confusing to figure out when it is okay to use the size of a given component to position it relative to another. Each container object has a layout manager associated with it. A layout manager is an instance of any class that implements the layout manager interface. The layout manager is set by the setLayout method. If no call to setLayout is made, then the default layout manager is used. Whenever a container is resized or sized for the first time, the layout manager is used to position each of the components within it. The setLayout method has the following general form: void layout, layout manager, layout obj. Here layout obj is a reference to the desired layout manager. If you wish to disable the layout manager and position components manually, pass null for layout obj. If you do this, you will need to determine the shape and position of each component manually using the setBounds method defined by component. Normally, you will want to use a layout manager. Each layout manager keeps track of a list of components that are stored by their names. The layout manager is notified each time you add a component to a container. Whenever the container needs to be resized, the layout manager is consulted via its minimum layout size and preferred layout size methods. Each component that is being managed by a layout manager contains the getPreferredSize and getMinimumSize methods. These returns the preferred and minimum size required to display each component. The layout manager will honor these requests if at all possible while maintaining the integrity of the layout policy. You may override these methods for control that you subclass. Default values are provided otherwise. Java has several predefined layout manager classes, several of which are described next. You can use the layout manager that best fits your application. Flow layout. Flow layout is the default layout manager. This is the layout manager that the preceding example have used. Flow layout implements a simple layout style which is similar to how words flow in a text editor. The direction of the layout is governed by the container's component orientation properly, which by default is left to right, top to bottom. Therefore, by default, components are laid out line by line, beginning at the upper left corner. In all cases, when a line is filled, the layout advances to the next line. A small space is left between each component above and below, as well as left and right. Here are the constructors for flow layout. Flow layout int how, flow layout int how, int HORZ, int VERT. The first form creates the default layout which centers component and leave 5 pixels of space between each component. The second form lets you specify how each line is aligned. Valid values for how are as follows: flow layout left, flow layout center, flow layout right, flow layout leading, flow layout trailing. These values specifies left, center, right, leading edge and trailing edge alignment respectively. The third constructor allows you to specify the horizontal and vertical space left between the components in HORZ and VERT respectively. Here is a version of the checkbox demo applet shown earlier in this chapter, modified so that it uses left aligned flow layout. Border layout. The border layout class implements a common layout style for top level windows. It has 4 narrow fixed width components at the edges and one large area in the center. The 4 sides are referred to as north, south, east and west. The middle area is called the center. Here the constructors defined by border layout. Border layout int HORZ int VERT. The first form creates a default border layout. The second allows you to specify the horizontal and vertical space left between the components in HORZ and VERT respectively. Border layout defines the following constant that specifies the regions: border layout dot center, border layout dot south, border layout dot east, border layout dot west, border layout dot north. When adding components, you will use these constants that the following form of add method, which is defined by container void add component compobj, object region. Here compobj is the component to be added and region specifies where the component will be added. Here is an example of border layout with a component in each layout area. Using insets. Sometimes you will want to leave a small amount of space between the container that holds your components and the window that contains it. To do this, override the getInsets method that is defined by container. This method returns an inset object that contains the top, bottom, left and right inset to be used when the container is displayed. These values are used by the layout manager to inset the components when it lays out the window. The constructor for insets is shown here. Inset int top, int left, int bottom, int right. The value passed in top, left, bottom and right specify the amount of space between the container and its enclosing window. The getInsets method has this general form: insets getInset. When overriding this method, you must return a new insets object that contains the inset spacing you desire. Here is the preceding border layout example modified so that it insets its components 10 pixels from each border. The background color has been set to cyan to help make the insets more visible. Grid layout. Grid layout lays out components in a two-dimensional grid. When you initiate a grid layout, you define the number of rows and columns. The constructors supported by grid layout are shown here. Grid layout int num rows, int num columns, grid layout int num rows, int num columns, int HORZ int VERT. The first form creates a single column grid layout. The second form creates a grid layout with the specified number of rows and columns. The third form allows you to specify the horizontal and vertical space left between the components in HORZ and VERT respectively. Either num rows or num columns can be 0. Specifying num rows as 0 allows for unlimited length columns. Specifying num columns as 0 allows for unlimited length rows. Here is a sample program that creates 4x4 grid and fills it in with 15 buttons, each labeled with its index. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this video helpful and want more videos like this, then please let me know by click on like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.